Success doesn't shout. It doesn't brag or parade itself around. Real success, it's quiet. It's in those hours when you're grinding, when no one's around to give you a high five, a thumbs up, or a pat on the back. It's the work that no one sees that makes the loudest impact. This is a message for anyone tired of feeling like their progress isn't showing fast enough, or anyone who's on the edge of giving up because they're not seeing results yet. Trust me, there's power in working hard when no one's watching. And if you stay with me, you'll learn why silence is sometimes the best strategy for growth, success, and ultimately winning big. When was the last time you felt truly connected to what you were doing? Not distracted by what others think, not looking over your shoulder, just entirely focused on the work that's right in front of you. See, there's a spiritual energy that flows when we work in silence, when we take our eyes off the applause, the approval, and the opinions of others and turn them inward. Working hard in silence is a commitment to the soul. It's about realizing that there's a purpose within you, a calling that you're answering not for anyone else, not for recognition, but because this journey is part of why you're here. When you work in silence, you're saying yes to something higher, something bigger than just achievement. You're saying yes to growth, to resilience, to trusting that the path is unfolding exactly as it should. Each time you take a step, no matter how small, without broadcasting it, you're strengthening a faith in yourself and a belief that there's a timing for everything. You're letting go of the need for validation, and you're learning to let your spirit guide the way. Because truthfully, the greatest changes in our lives don't happen with an audience, they happen when we're alone, quietly growing and transforming without the noise of the outside world. This silent work, it's sacred. It's in those early mornings, those late nights, those quiet hours when it's just you and the task in front of you. That's where you find the real power. You're carving out strength with every step, every breath, every moment of effort that no one else sees. You're building a foundation so deep, so steady, that when the world finally sees what you've accomplished, they're only seeing the tip of what you've been through. In silence, you're learning to keep going, not because someone's clapping for you, but because there's a deeper purpose within you that knows this work is yours to do. This work is the reason you're here right now. Working hard in silence is about having faith that even when no one else sees what you're doing, every bit of effort, every single step is meaningful. Every part of it is adding up, becoming part of the legacy you're creating. There's a divine timing that's woven into this journey, and it's teaching you to trust that everything is coming together, even when you can't see it. So often we think we need others to see our progress, but that's not what makes the work powerful. It's powerful because it's aligned with who you are. It's powerful because every moment of silence you commit to it, you're tapping into something greater, something beyond what anyone else can understand. And when you stay focused on that work, something amazing happens. You start to sense a quiet strength within you, an assurance that doesn't need words or acknowledgement. You feel a connection to the process, and that connection becomes its own reward. You start to realize that the work itself is a gift, that the silence is where you meet yourself, where you become stronger, braver, more resilient. There's a spiritual force in that silence that reminds you that you don't need anyone else's permission to be great, to achieve, to thrive. Your greatness is between you and your purpose, between you and the work you're called to do. There's a phrase one love that says, "Faith without works is dead," and it couldn't be truer. Faith alone won't bring you closer to your dreams. It's the work, the silent, unseen work, that gives your faith life. When you commit to working hard in silence, you're building that faith into every single day. You're telling the universe, I'm ready, I'm here, and I'm showing up. Even if no one else is watching. There's an incredible strength that comes from working like this because you're developing a bond with yourself and with something greater than yourself. You're creating a trust that says, I know this path is mine, and I'm willing to take it step by step. So let go of the need for recognition. Let go of the belief that success only counts if others see it. Your success, your journey, is about becoming who you were meant to be, one quiet step at a time. Embrace the silence, because in that space, you're tapping into something far more powerful than approval. Oh, you're creating a masterpiece within yourself, a resilience that doesn't waver, a purpose that doesn't rely on the crowd. The most beautiful things in life grow in silence, just like seeds in the ground, taking root, reaching toward the light without anyone needing to see them to know they're there. Work hard in silence, knowing that every effort is sacred, that every step is guided, and that one day when you're ready, the world will see the beauty of what you've built. But you'll know that the real reward was in the journey. In the quiet and the faith you found when it was just you, the work, and the silent belief that this is exactly where you were meant to be. So, keep going, keep building, keep trusting, because in that silent work lies your greatest strength. Working in silence allows you to channel all your energy into the task in front of you. Imagine that focus undistracted by external noise. When we don't need to share every achievement or setback, we can work with undivided attention. The process becomes a personal journey, one where every win is celebrated quietly and every failure is a learning opportunity. Without the need to prove ourselves to others, we stay committed to the goal for the sake of the goal itself. This is pure undistracted effort, the kind that truly builds momentum over time. In silence, we train ourselves to value the journey, to appreciate the small wins, and to dig deep through the hard parts without seeking a reaction from others. When you're your only audience, you become more intentional with your time and effort. You start to notice improvements you might have overlooked had you been more focused on others' opinions. This kind of focus becomes the fuel that keeps you going, especially when things get tough. Silence is a place of growth where you can test, adjust, and try again without fear of judgment. Focused effort in silence is also a protective space. It shields you from distractions and keeps your mind locked on the task at hand. When no one else knows your timeline, your goals, or your missteps, you're free to create at your own pace. It's an environment that supports innovation and persistence. You don't have to convince anyone else that your dream is worth it this time. It's just you, your dream, and the work needed to make it real. And that's where real progress happens. Validation can be addictive, and in a world that rewards sharing every accomplishment, it's easy to rely on others' approval. But when you choose to work in silence, you begin to cultivate resilience from within. Silence forces you to find strength in yourself, teaching you to keep going without the need for applause. You stop working for the short-term thrill of external praise and start building the kind of grit that helps you weather challenges and setbacks on your own terms. This internal resilience is what keeps you going when the road gets tough. Because if you're constantly waiting for validation, your motivation becomes fragile. It's conditional upon someone else's reaction. Working hard in silence is like a mental workout that strengthens your ability to stay the course, even when no one's watching or recognizing your progress. It's a powerful feeling to know that you can keep moving forward without anyone else's permission or acknowledgement. In the long run, this kind of self-driven resilience becomes invaluable. It's what helps you bounce back from failures and keep striving toward your goals. By working in silence, you're training your mind to operate independently, to pursue goals because they matter to you, not because you need a pat on the back. That resilience cultivated in silence becomes a lasting part of who you are, empowering you to face new challenges with confidence. Sharing your goals often brings a lot of unnecessary pressure. Once others know your plans, you might feel an extra weight to deliver on a particular timeline or meet certain expectations. Silence, however, frees you from this burden. It gives you the space to work, experiment, and even make mistakes without the anxiety of what others might think. When you choose to work in silence, you relieve yourself of the need to meet anyone else's standards but your own. In silence, you have the freedom to adapt, to learn, and to grow in your own way. If you stumble, there's no one there to judge or criticize, just you, picking yourself up and moving forward. This environment allows you to focus on the quality of your work rather than on how it appears to others. You're able to concentrate fully on the journey, taking one step at a time, adjusting as you go. This reduces stress and lets you make progress without the weight of external expectations. This approach also fosters a healthier mindset. Without outside pressure, you can pursue your goals at a sustainable pace. You're not rushing to impress anyone, and you're not driven by fear of judgment. This freedom enables you to develop a consistent, resilient work ethic that isn't vulnerable to the changing opinions or expectations of others. Working in silence provides a sense of control, allowing you to stay true to yourself and focus on achieving excellence at your own pace. There's something powerful about letting your work speak for itself. When you've been quietly working hard, pouring everything you have into a project, the results become undeniable. Actions are far more impactful than words, and when you finally reveal what you've achieved, it's a testament to your dedication. There's no need to broadcast your journey every step of the way. When you let the results do the talking, the impact is often more profound and more respected. Letting results speak means you're investing in the work, not in others' reactions. When you're constantly updating people on your progress, you risk diluting the power of the final result. But when you keep things under wraps, people are often stunned by the outcome. This quiet buildup gives your work a kind of authenticity that doesn't need to be explained. It becomes an undeniable testament to your efforts and perseverance. The impact of results-driven silence extends beyond others' reactions. It's about building self-confidence. When you see the results of your hard work, you develop a stronger belief in your abilities. It's no longer about seeking approval, but about proving to yourself what you're capable of achieving. By allowing results to speak, you show the world your potential without ever having to say a word. This quiet confidence is the essence of true strength. In a world full of voices and opinions, staying in your own lane can be challenging. Every time you share your progress, you open the door to feedback, both positive and negative. While feedback can be helpful, it can also become a distraction if it pulls you away from your vision. Working in silence allows you to protect your focus and stick to your unique path without outside interference. You can build the life you envision, not one that others think you should pursue. When you're committed to working quietly, you eliminate much of the noise that distracts from your goals. You're not influenced by others' expectations or opinions, and you're free to pursue what's truly important to you. This silence creates an environment where you can concentrate solely on growth. There's no need to validate yourself to anyone else, because you're driven by your internal goals and values. Staying in your lane becomes a natural outcome when you're working in silence. This freedom to focus also enhances the quality of your work. Without distractions, you're able to put your best into everything you do. You can set your own pace, make adjustments as needed, and create something meaningful without the pressure to conform to others' timelines or expectations. Working in silence creates an optimal environment for growth and productivity, enabling you to reach your goals without veering off track. When you finally achieve something after working quietly, the impact is often surprising and powerful. The element of surprise can be a game changer. It commands attention. Instead of building anticipation through constant updates, you create an unexpected moment that leaves a lasting impression. This surprise factor not only showcases your success, but also demonstrates the dedication it took to achieve it without fanfare. Revealing your achievements unexpectedly often amplifies their impact. People are prepared for the results, so they pay closer attention. This approach creates a sense of mystery around your work, making your accomplishments more intriguing. When you finally reveal what you've been working on, people are often impressed by the commitment and focus it took to keep things under wraps. It's a reminder that real success doesn't need an audience along the way. This element of surprise also adds an air of confidence and control to your achievements. By choosing when and how to share, you demonstrate mastery over your process and goals. This kind of reveal isn't just about shocking others, it's about making a statement that speaks for itself. It's the kind of surprise that commands respect, and it serves as a reminder to others and yourself that true success comes from dedication, patience, and resilience.